baby. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Hey, hey, hey. And you can see where he's breaking out on his face. It's really bad. I'm going to put the little mittens on his hand to stop him from putting his hands in his mouth. And hopefully that would help. Hi, booger. Hi, koala. Good morning, koala. Good morning, koala. Who wants some milk? You want some milk? The milk monster is ready to eat. But yeah, we're going to take him a bath and see if we can get rid of all of this in the next couple of days. Because I don't know if it irritates him or not. Hi, koala. Hi, koala. We got little koala bears. Let's go eat. That clip that I just posted was the minor stage of it all. And I just thought I was dealing with, just a little minor, drooling, or he was rubbing his hand too hard on his face. And the other pictures I'm going to post are when it got more intense and when I took things, really serious about his skin because it got really worse. But that was the beginning stages of me just thinking, oh, okay, it's just a little skin issue. But I'm going to show you guys how bad this really got. This is after a bath. Oh, Nugget. I'm sorry. Those 3 pictures that you guys just saw was the stages of his skin healing. I have one the day of when I took him into the doctor's office where it was peeling, it was really bad, and his eye was swollen. I don't know how to insert those pictures into iMovie because they're pictures. I'm gonna find a way to show you guys though, so be on the lookout for it in this video. It's gonna be in there of how it looked the day of when I took him into the hospital, where his eyes were swollen almost shut and his skin was very flared up. Good afternoon, YouTube. So today I decided to do a video on infant skincare and eczema. My baby boy, he's been dealing with some skin issues. It's been so bad. It started off with a little rash on his shin, and we called the doctor because we couldn't go in and get an appointment because of the coronavirus and everything that's going on. And she said she probably thinks it's from him rubbing on his face and possibly, I don't know, drooling. So she prescribed me this ointment to put on it. And at first I was putting the ointment on there and seeing if it would get rid of it. I was only supposed to use it for 5 days, which I only used it for 4. His face started breaking out even more from it. So then I called the doctor again, and then we did a FaceTime video. This time she said, okay, well, she thinks he has really bad dry skin and that it's possibly eczema. And so she said, stop using the cream and to go ahead and purchase some baby products over the counter. So I started using this baby product on his skin. And this, she said, with every diaper change, put it on his skin and it should help, it should get rid of it. And I was doing it. Every diaper change, I would put a little bit on there on his face. And within 24 hours, my son's face swelled up like he looked like a a little, what kind of, a strawberry, I guess you can say. He turned so red and it was bumpy everywhere and his eyes were swollen. So that morning when I woke up, I said, okay, well, I have no choice. With everything that's going on with people being sick in hospitals, I felt like that was my only resort. I don't know what kind of allergic reaction he was having, but I was not for it. So I called the emergency hotline for his pediatrician, and then she said if he's swollen, if his face is really swollen like you say it is, then maybe you should take him into the take him into the emergency room. And she said, is his breathing okay? And I said, yes, he's breathing fine. His eyes were swollen, and his whole face, he looked like a little strawberry. So then she said to me, well, you know what? The doctor's office opens in 5 minutes. Why don't you contact his pediatrician and see what she says? So I call her and she's like, okay, do you want to do a FaceTime or do you want to bring him in? I said, you know what? I think I should bring him in for you to see this. So we went in there and she was just like, she thinks it's a bad case of eczema. And mind you, eczema is usually all over a child's body. My son only had his rashes on his face. So then she was like, there's nothing we can do. And I think he's having a really bad allergic reaction to that cream. So then I came home and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. So I took him a warm bath in just water alone, nothing else. And then I tapped him dry. And then I started to read around and look around. And my sister-in-law, she works at the pediatrician office. So she's texting me also. She's like, how is he doing? And I kid you not, I went on Pinterest and I found this remedy that said to use coconut oil. And she was like, why don't you use coconut oil? I was like, that is so funny because I just read about that on Pinterest. And then, sorry. I mean, my mouth is getting dry from all this talking. But anyways, and I had African shea butter, 100% African shea butter at home. So I took the African shea butter, melted into a pot, and I told my husband before he got home to stop by Publix or anywhere and bring organic coconut oil home. So he went in and he purchased the coconut oil, and I already had the 100% shea butter here. I melted the shea butter, and when he got home, he brought the coconut oil with him. This was the one he stopped and purchased from Publix, our local Publix. And the shea butter I melted and put it. I'll show you guys. I'll leave a clip of the picture on which brand I use. So I melted those into a pot, and then I used a mixer, and then I mixed it all together. Put the while they were all melted, I put it in the fridge for an hour so they can get a little solid. And I took it out the fridge after an hour, and then I mixed it all together to get a whip. So the consistency could be a little more, I guess you can say fluffy. And this is what I got afterwards. And it's real fluffy now. It's not like, and for the past 4 days, you can say, I've been using that on his skin. And right away, I noticed the difference right away. And then our routine was I would rinse his face with warm water in the morning when he wakes up, which is what I usually always do, and put it on his face. Put the shea butter and coconut mix on his face. And with every diaper change, I would put a little bit on him. And at nighttime, if it was, I wasn't taking him a bath every day. I took him a bath every 2 days. And at nighttime, I would put it on his face. And in the middle of the night too, sometimes I would put it on his face. Now, mind you, his skin is so dry that sometimes in the middle of the night when I wake up, it's like dead skin just falling off. So yeah, putting it on him really helped. He's over there playing. So yeah, I was using that on him for the past 4 days. I noticed a big difference in my son's skin, like big difference. The swelling went down. His face looks the same. Now, mind you, we're exclusively breastfeeding, so I didn't notice any difference in his feeding. And then that was another thing that worried me when I went into the pediatrician office. She was telling me that there's a possibility that we are gonna have to switch him to formula because he's probably allergic to your milk. and she was just throwing different things out there that could possibly cause this allergic reaction. But I've been using coconut oil on him and shea butter, and there is a big difference. Let me show you guys how my baby look. So this is Nugget, and to you this is probably bad, but to me this is like really, really good skin that's coming back. It's a little red still, but once you see the pictures on how it looked before that, you'll be like, okay, I see what she's talking about. It looks way better, and yeah, I see the difference. But this is for moms out there that have babies with eczema and with any kind of skin issues. Just try to stay away from all those products, those chemicals that they're giving you. Like this cream wasn't helping my baby, and this wasn't helping either. This made it worse. And also I would have to say that Johnson's baby wash, once I changed his soap, that's when I also noticed that his skin was changing. So I went back to using the Dove, which is what he was using. This is what, besides the hospital soap, this was the first soap that I used on him to take him a bath with. And that's what we went back to. I went and purchased that soap, and I said, when he's taking a shower and, you know, I have to wash him, because when the oil gets in his hair from the shea butter, he gets really oily looking. And, you know, I don't want my baby to look like that. So we usually wash his hair and stuff with the Dove. But we went back to the basics, just the Dove and the shea butter, the mix. This is what's been happening, his skin. And I would say try it. It's just coconut oil and shea butter to get your baby's skin back to normal, or to try to help your baby's skin and see if you get a result. Because all these chemicals, you don't know what you're putting into your baby's body, and you don't know what's the reason for allergic reactions. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not gonna say you don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know what's gonna, you know, affect my baby in what ways. And I was very scared, you know. And their little body, their skin is an organ, and you don't want to just put stuff in there and then it absorbs it and mess other stuff up. But he's doing so much better. Oh, and I also used an oatmeal. I did an oatmeal mask for him when it was getting real bad, and that didn't help. The oatmeal mask, it just, I don't know, it just sat on his face and didn't help really. But now his skin is doing so much better, and that's what I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about. If you're dealing with eczema with your baby, I say try these two products and see if you see a difference. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.